What's going on, everybody? Ty Moore Tech here. I'm your host, Ty Moore. And today, I'm showing you how to set up Bluetooth in a car without Bluetooth. Let's go. Okay, you may have noticed I'm not in my typical YouTube studio. I am one door over in my cold garage still, but actually sitting in my car. I wanted to run you through how I set up Bluetooth in my car that doesn't have Bluetooth. It's a little bit hillbilly. No offense to hillbillies. It's actually really simple. I had talked about this accessory in one of my previous videos. What it is, this is an Aoki receiver with Bluetooth. And how this works is, so this is your power, obviously, and then this thing is a microphone / little thing where you can skip ahead on songs. What this will allow you to do is if your car has an auxiliary port, you just plug this into power, and you've got the receiver plugged into that power, and then you plug this into your auxiliary port, and then you turn on your auxiliary setting in your car, and you can actually link this to your phone. Then what you'll do in your phone is go into your Bluetooth settings and connect to this thing that has popped up in your Bluetooth settings, and that will allow you to have Bluetooth in your car. Some people have the little 12-volt outlet that always has power to it. Mine turns off when I turn the car off, and what's nice about that is when it powers back on, when this powers back on, it searches for something to connect to via Bluetooth. So when I turn my car off, it disconnects from my phone. When I turn my car back on, it reconnects to my phone. If it's always on, when you get far enough away from it, then it will disconnect. But then it won't be searching the next time you get back in your car, so you might have to unplug it, plug it back in. Oftentimes, you might have two 12-volt outlets, and one of them turns off with your car, and the other one stays on. That might be a helpful tip for you. But let's say you don't have an auxiliary port, and you're wondering, how the heck can I get Bluetooth? I have an old retro car that has a tape player. Have I got news for you? We have an old retro car with a tape player. So, why don't you meet me over there? Welcome to the minivan. So this one is the one I'm most excited about because it is the most goofy setup. This thing is so jury-rigged, but it gives me Bluetooth in our minivan. First caveat. I have wiring in here for days because of all the extra wires. But what you're going to need is the tape deck. You remember that tape deck, right? The tape deck that came out to the auxiliary port, right? You know what I'm talking about? Back in the day, how when you had a CD player that you wanted to hook up to your car, yeah, you had the portable CD player and you ran it to a tape deck that ran into your tape. So, I've got one of those. I'm not going to pull it out, but it's right up in here. Tape deck, wiring to rat's nest. Now, we're going to get into how I make this work. I talked about it in a previous video, but I want you to see it for realsies. So, here you go. This tape deck one is just silly long. But, here's the end of the tape deck. Right? That goes into your auxiliary port. But we don't have an auxiliary port. Well, actually, this would have gone into your CD player. Then, this is the end of the Bluetooth receiver we just talked about over in my other car. The swanky one with the auxiliary port. Yeah. So, this is that. Right? You recognize that. Now, how do you get this and this together? That's the magic, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this little guy. This little coupler is a jury rigger's dream. So check it out. Boom. One in there. Boom. One in there. And now we've got Bluetooth. Okay. So now you just have to figure out what to do with this rat's nest. If you've been paying attention and watching all the videos, there was one where I talk about all the cords. If you haven't watched that one, go back and watch it, and you'll find a little Easter egg where I have one of these little Velcro doohickeys. Yeah. So you wrap it all together nicely, and then you jam it into this little pocket down here that we never use and can't use because it's full of a rat's nest of wiring. But then you got Bluetooth. People, how cool is that? So look down here. So we've got our power here, and then this guy plugs into it. Okay, you plug that guy in, and then you turn your car on, and you've got Bluetooth, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a auxiliary port, you can save yourself some time with just getting the receiver. But if you have a tape deck and no auxiliary port, and you've thought, man, it sure would be nice if I could have Bluetooth in my car like all those rich people. Guess what? I just made you rich people. How do you like them apples? I didn't really make you any richer. In fact, you'll have less money after this because you probably have to buy these things, and that will make you less rich. Sorry. But you'll be like rich people in that you can play music on your phone in your car through your car instead of wearing headphones like a goober. Okay, that's it for this hillbilly Bluetooth setup. I hope you find it useful. I hope a bunch of you end up using it. If you have Bluetooth in your car already, well, awesome for you. I would love to make a video on how to set that up, but it's different in every single car. So if you don't have Bluetooth in your car, which is probably most of us, I hope you can find a way to make this work. If you don't have either a tape deck or an auxiliary port, I'm sorry, Karen, but whoever made that car didn't want you to listen to music. They just want... The radio station made that car. That's what's going on. You're going to have to get an FM transmitter to make that work, okay? I hope this was useful. I will do my best to put links below for that receiver and for that coupler and for the tape deck. You're going to be way more poor. I think it might cost you like $30 or $40 to get all that together. But you're going to be so glad that you did. The first time you turn your car on and you have Bluetooth connected to your phone in your car, sheesh, you're going to call me and thank me. You're going to want to just give me money. If you would like to do that, we'll figure out a way to make that happen. All right. I hope this is helpful. I will see you in the next video where hopefully I will be less freezing. Oh, geesh. Now to clean up. I gotta put all this crap back together. Who undid all these? You're going to want some of these doohickeys. They are lifesavers. Not like the candy. And they're not actually, probably not going to save your life. I meant that metaphorically, or is that a metaphor? I meant that as a turn of phrase, as a play on word. Whatever. Leave me alone, Felicia. You should see this ridiculous setup I have. You know what? I'm going to get out my wife's phone that I was shooting on just so you can see this. So, yeah, there's the radio. There's that ridiculous setup. I've got my phone on a tripod and microphone and that. And then hopefully that microphone is actually recording. And then, boosh, that's back there. Good grief. Also, you can see me so we can make this video work. You're welcome. All right, seriously this time, gotta go in, gotta warm up, gotta go to